Oh, me hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. Welcome, welcome. I say 8:58, so 2 minutes to 9 in the evening of the 7th of December 2022. So lovely to have you all with us. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, Ali. Tree Man has joined us. Hope you're well. I am Ali, and I hope you're well too. Thank you for coming and joining us. Scottie, how are you doing? Says Homelander. Dinky-Doo, Homelander. Lovely to have you with us. Scottie, what team do you support? Oh, lots of teams. I support Morton, Mondaton. I support the Hearts. This is my story. This is my song. I support the Partick Thistle. I support the Rangers. I support the Celtic. I support the Man United. And I support Arsenal. So there you go. Is that do you for starters? Whereabouts did you grow up? Well, I haven't grown up yet, Ali, but I'll tell you when I do. Can you say good evening and Dinky-Doo? Do you support your own legs? I hope so, Tree Man. Dinky-Doo, hope you're having a good day from Andy in Falkirk. Andy, lovely to have you with us from Falkirk. How amazing are you? And Dinky-Doo, I say. Good evening, Scottie, says Kareem. How are we? This cold evening. Is everybody keeping warm? We're doing our best, Kareem. And I thought there's nothing to warm the cockles of your heart more than a good chat with Scottie McClue. So that's what we're doing. Where'd you get your eyebrows done? I do them myself nowadays. Obviously, somebody used to come in to do them one a week. Yes, that was all I could afford. Fantastic. Now then, I could tell. Yes, beautiful, isn't it? You can always tell a good piece of professional work. Fantastic, see. And now come and join us as soon as you can. Good evening, Scottie. I hope you're well. If you're watching right now, guys, can every single one of you follow me right now? Right? Okay, so get following as soon as you possibly can. We're just checking who's followed. And Colorado Springs, howdy, brother. Who's the handsome man in the background? That's Lord Reith, the Labrador. There he is. Follow us as soon as you can. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Phil. Guys, if you follow, you'll get a shout out immediately. I've been sending you blue noses because you're conservative, the most of us, but sensible. Well, I'm not really conservative at all, Mr. Blue Nose Cameron. I don't, I'm apolitical. I'm not political at all. Kareem's sending gifts, daisies, footballs. Yes, Scottie bro. Weights, a thing, a hot water bottle. Thank you, Kareem. You are so very kind. What do you think about indie? Well, let's get on with it. Everybody wants it. We watch Harry's Netflix. I'm a bit disappointed in that pair. What kind of person marries into the royal family and then starts to diss them? Tut, tut, tuttity, tut. So I'm not too impressed with that at all. There was a woman up last night and she was going on about, oh, poor Meghan, the things she suffered. And I thought, you don't know any of that because you weren't there blowing her head off about nothing. Fantastic. Stuff she didn't know about. Oh, poor Meghan and the things she had to put up with. Do us a favor, love. You know what I mean? Santa's elf, thank you, Kareem. And thank you for the TikToks. Beautiful stuff. I think they're quite popular at the moment in America, though. But will that be a flash in the pan? Law, Celtic, apolitical, it's getting harder and harder to do. Everyone wants to interfere. Well, they do, Kimru. Hello from Indiana. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. Remember the old song? Scottie, bro, we love you so much. My family are rich, upper-class oil magnates, and we agree with your views. Thank you, Scottie, bro. I think it doesn't matter what kind of money anyone's got, you're going to agree with Scottie McClue. You know what I mean? Because I talk fact. Treason. Good job. It's not the Dark Ages, or Meghan would be dragged to the tower. Indeed, Francis. Yes. We love Scottie. He's Scotland's king after Santa's elf. Tree man, I thank you. What a lovely thing to say. Who's not followed? Get following. What country are you from? I'm from a little old country called Scotland that goes back thousands of years. It's in the north of Great Britain. Sweden, DINKY-DOO, Sweden, Svenska. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, they're asking you, Joe, sorry. Hi from Liverpool, Becky. We love the bones of you from Liverpool. How fantastic. Yeah, Scottie McClue's massive in Liverpool. DINKY-DOO, the best days of the Red Rose Radio days. Lancashire loves you, Scottie. Blackpool 38. I love Lancashire. Love Lancashire. But we had great days at all the stations. Followed you for many years, my man, all over the radio. A tonic you are. Thank you, Tiki. Are you Tiki of Ricky Tiki Tavi? There we have it. DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue, superb young man. Stu, how lovely to have you with us. Guys, if you're watching, you should be following. I've uploaded some great videos for you. Steve from Spain, Scottie, are you okay, mate? Steve Motion, we love you in Spain. Have you subscribed to the YouTube channel? DINKY-DOO, hi, Becky. Good you could make it. Fantastic. There we are. I need another 25 followers. Now, what have we got here? Claxton. Are you drinking whiskey? No, Joe. I don't drink alcohol. And the last time I checked, whiskey was alcohol. Do you live in Scotland? I do at the moment, Martin, yes. I've lived all over the country. I've lived in Yorkshire, Sheffield twice, London, at Queen's Gate, backing onto Hyde Park Gate, overlooking Winston Churchill's old house. Number 4, I think it was. 4 Hyde Park Gate. Good address, actually. And I've lived in Aberdeen, Ken. I've lived in Glasgow twice. I've lived in Edinburgh, in East Lothian. I've lived in Carlisle. I've lived in, where else? All over the place. Yes, Dawson Creek. Fantastic. Good evening, Scottie. I strongly think Scottish independence. The energy crisis is a distraction. The truth, Scottish independence. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely 100% right. Guys, I need followers. A follower of fashion. We need followers as if they were going out of fashion. And what about Scotland? Just wondering, like what time? Glasgow, Joe. Glasgow. Outside Glasgow. Mr. McClue, you're a great man. I'll personally donate £30,000 to your cause because we love you. Softball, you are very kind. What's the one we can donate to? PayPal at ScottieMcClue.me. What about that? There you have it. PayPal.com/ScottieMcClue.me. Or another one would be GoFundMe.com. Yes, that's a good one. There we are. Now, what have we got here? Oh. Seem to have lost you. What's happened there? Oh. Hang on. We seem to have lost the TikTokers, guys. What a shame. There we are. Fantastic. Sorry about that. I seem to have lost you. My degree is in dance. I've got 2 degrees. Excellent. Have you been to the Isle of Lewis? Sadly, I haven't been to Lewis. You know, so there we are. Good evening, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Did I disappear for a second there, guys? Right. Good evening, our wee Scotty. Good evening, Scotty. You're a hoot. Fantastic. What's wrong with the voice? I had the Lurgy Professor, Numpty Head. So there you are. We're back now, no problem. Now, the king is a descendant of all the Scottish kings. He is Scottish. Yes, Lord Winster, very much so. We love it. Can you get following, please? We need lots of followers. Slight technical blip. Normal service has resumed. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. And if you're thinking and donating anything, you could do a lot worse than a few TikTok gifts. Are you taking calls tonight? Yes, Ali, I'll take a call. Try hot lemon. It won't help you, but it makes you suck your gums. Tiki, it also changes your expression when you put a lemon in you. All that. All that stuff. You know what I mean? Disco Pete, thank you for all your kindness. Disco Pete's amazing. Now, what have we got? He's just sent me a load of TikToks. We need lots and lots of followers. Fantastic. Now, is the voice sounding a bit croaky? Numpty. Right. Let's take some calls. Let's get off to the telephones. See what's happening. You've all got the number 628-9795. Fast, the best known telephone number in the world. Scotland should be engulfed by England. Strengthen Scotland in every way. Father Spliff. Scotland has been engulfed by England for 313 years. So let's not be silly. Right, the lines are open. Can you tell it's near Christmas? Jesus' lost days. Easter Hoose. Ah, Tree Man. Well, Jesus will return. Yes? If people push it too much, Jesus will return. Can I reverse the call charge, Scotty? Why would you do that? You're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
How you doing, Scotty? It's Frank here.
Frank, lovely to hear you.
Yeah, likewise, Scott. I remember you way back in the day. It's good to see you back on. Got a question for you, Scotty.
Yes.
Always been interested in your kind of career and stuff. Like, maybe for some of the listeners and that out there, where did you start? Where did it all begin for you?
Where did it all begin?
You know, getting out of the show business and stuff.
Oh, Frank, for goodness sake, I built a radio station when I was 9. And you could hear it in the garage. So my grandfather and my father went in the car, had I think it was a radio mobile, a beautiful radio.
It wasn't any of these funny pirate stations.
No. You could only hear it between the house and the car.
Right, okay.
So very low power. I think it was about, I'm trying to think what it would be. Oh, I think we were away down, maybe you'd be lucky if it was 1 or something like that. But anyway, it was the principle. And that really attracted me. And I loved the idea that you could scratch the wee crystal because I got a tiny little plastic set from Hong Kong, and very faintly you could hear things. And then the transistors came in. Radio Scotland, the pirate. You see? And I thought, I want to do something like this. So I used to say in school, people say, what are you going to do? And I'll say, I'll go on the telly or the radio. Hi. So you will, usual stuff. So you just get laughed at. And then I think the first one was, I used to do commercials when Radio Clyde started. And then the next one, I went to Grampian Television as an announcer. And that was me working for ITV.
Right, okay.
And ITV were hugely connected with everything that happened in the media, you know?
Yeah,
15
so
companies.
like working through, obviously, these companies, you build up a kind of like professional network, and that allowed you, obviously, to move into Scott FM and stuff. And
Well, yes, because...
Your peak, am I right in saying you were at your peak when you were at Scott FM?
Well...
I remember you having millions and millions of viewers.
We did. Scott FM was huge.
You were talked about every day in school. When I went to school, everyone used to talk about you. You were a big thing back in the day.
A big thing. Scotty McCLUE went to Manchester, and that was huge, and to Yorkshire, and that was huge. So the Scott FM listeners wouldn't get to hear that because there was no internet.
Yeah.
You see? But these were huge stations. I mean, we used to go out to a network of 9 million people every night.
That's incredible.
You know?
It really is.
Yeah, but even bigger than that, because I worked for 3 ITV stations, Grampian, Scottish and Border, I was known from the Shetland Islands to the Southern Lakes and the Isle of Man. And they used to worry when they were setting up the announcer for the evening. They used to say, hang on, have we got the right output there? Because that guy is from Scottish. And say, no, that's our guy tonight. He works everywhere.
Incredible story. So,
you know, and I used to drive, I used to close down one station at night, say, good night all. I hope you have a safe and peaceful good night. Then I'd drive up the motorway 100 miles and open up the other one in the morning. You see? So, I mean, it was...
You must have been making a fortune back then.
Crazy stuff. Well, I don't know about making a fortune, but the salaries were quite good. And you could, if you were prepared to work hard, you got rewarded, you know?
Aye.
The old story.
Got a question for you, Scotty. Who's the most famous person that you've met?
Oh, gosh. Well, I've met so many.
Must have met a few.
Yes, huge. And almost all the aristocracy, because they love their radio and their telly. And, you know, it's a very strange feeling when somebody famous comes up and speaks to you at a function. You think, how do they know me? And then you think, they know you because you're on the telly. Old fool.
You're easy to spot with that bonnet you're always wearing.
The bonnet. And I told you, the Queen's press secretary said to me, do you ever take that off, Scotty? And I said, no, sir. And that opened a lovely conversation. You know, and we had a great chat. You know, and it's things like that. And then I remember when the King, when he was Prince Charles, came to the theatre. And I thought, you know, that's the future King.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of all these are going to last for a lot of people. There's quite a lot of rumours out there that William's going to step in his shoes pretty soon.
Well, we don't hold with all that, Frank. We don't go on speculation, and why should we?
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing. So that was that. So all I can say, Frank, is that it's been a very interesting life up till now, and who knows what the future brings. We're talking to some pretty big people at the moment.
Aye.
But you need somebody to be switched on, because Scottie McClue will bring them a lot of attention.
Aye.
Just because it's different.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean, Frank?
I certainly do.
It's a wee bit different. And I know that the people are desperately missing it. And I miss the people.
Of course. I remember back in the day, obviously, we all used to listen to you. I must have been like 13, 14 years old. And I remember when there was a big, you were in the papers and people said, oh, she's been kicked out of Scott FM and stuff. I kind of kept up to date with you. I seen you moved down south and you done a wee bit of work down there, but you know what it is, you get older and you move on and you find new interests and new things that keep you entertained.
Of course.
And all of a sudden you see, you're on YouTube and it's like, oh wow, to bring all these old memories back. And I think a lot of guys my age can relate to because of had the experience that I've had, you know.
It's a bit of fun, Frank.
Teenagers and having the giggles and having a laugh, and some of the stuff you used to talk about is
crazy. Well, I loved it. I told you that the head of Radio 1 came in at a conference, and I thought, what's he doing here? I thought, that's the head of Radio 1. And it was because I had such a massive youth following. They were always looking for trendy young presenters that would attract a new youth audience. And here was an old guy in his cap, and the young people were getting right into that. It was funny, you know, it's hugely funny, but they get a little bit upset because you change the market and the other companies start to panic. They think, hang on a minute. Yeah. See, when I came to Scott FM, the head of one of the other radio stations poo-pooed it and said, oh, it's a poor reach under the station. The next thing, he was begging me to come and work for him. And I said, no.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. But, you know, it's not because it's to a certain extent a trick. They would buy it, take you out of your comfort zone, and then probably dump it. You see? So there's all these tricks go on. But I always remember when I left Scott FM, the first phone call I got was, what half-wit decided that? You know? Because they ended up having to sell the station. But my old boss complimented me, said, you turned a £500,000 project into a £28 million success story.
Yeah, that's unreal.
I should have written in, I should have said, could I get a wee bit of the money?
Aye, I think you're pretty much 90% of the reason why they were so successful. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we were having fun, Frank.
And they should have given you a good call of it, Scotty. Honestly, you could have went and done your own thing, you know, set up your own independent station.
Well, this is it. I mean,
how much it is to do that, but
well, there's a lot involved in it. I mean, I did try things, but I ended up working with the wrong person, and things like that. So it's quite a baptism of fire. They used to say the way to become a millionaire was to start off with 2 million and buy a radio station.
It's not cheap, is it?
It's not cheap. What about yourself, Frank? What kind of things are you doing?
Oh, I work in kind of consultancy work.
Brilliant.
The technology side of things.
Wonderful.
For some big consultancies. So, yeah.
Well, there's a huge future in that, Frank.
What's that?
There's a huge future in that.
Oh, definitely.
Massive.
At the right time as well. So
oh, yes.
I'm doing all right.
You're in the right place at the right time. That was Scott FM for me. Here was a chance to build a huge radio station on FM, financed by 2 television stations, by Scots, for the Scots. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, Frank. And that's why I know Scott FM was Scotland's finest radio hour.
Aye, and nobody will, I don't think anyone will be able to beat it, honestly. The stats say it all, really, at the end of the day.
The old figures were there.
And the thing is, although it was over 20 years ago, there's a lot of guys still remember.
Well, it's so interesting because
who are not aware that you're on, obviously on YouTube and stuff.
Well, see, right, they're not aware of YouTube. I don't quite know. We need to get YouTube out there. But here's some of the comments. Look at this. Loved you on Scott FM. Much love. Fair play. Dinky-Doo to you. You're a top guy.
People have just been waiting for you to come back, and I think if you put the work in, I know you're not as young as you were back in the day.
I'm not. No.
You could still make a reasonable impact.
Well, do you know, Frank, I said to somebody recently, give me an honest answer. If I went on the radio tonight, would the audience come back? And without even hesitation, he went, instant. That was his response. Instant. Now, I just think that's amazing.
Totally.
And I was in a shop 2 weeks ago, and a lady comes up and says, can I ask you a question? I said, of course. She said, are you Scottie McClue? I said, I am. She said, I just heard your voice at the counter. Now, how can that be?
Distinctive voice, do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's 2 years since I was on a radio station. You know?
Was there not somebody at a Wimbledon tennis match, and was it, who was it? Some tennis player.
Oh, it was Andy Murray in Washington.
Andy Murray. I don't know if it's yourself who's put that up.
No.
Somebody said,
yes.
DINKY-DOO, and this is before you even got onto like Instagram and YouTube.
It was a Scotsman. It was a Scotsman in America watching the tennis. The whole of America's media were there. And he shouts out to Andy Murray, Dinky-Doo, Andy, from Scottie McClue.
I don't know if it's you, it's gone up. I've seen it somewhere.
It's on the TikTok. You can see it on the TikTok videos. And that went out right across America, right across the world. Crazy.
God.
Crazy, Frank.
Anyway, Scotty, I feel I'm hogging conscious.
No, listen, it's been an absolute privilege to talk to you.
But I thought I'd ask you that, you know, I think a lot of the guys watching will probably be thinking the same thing, you know. They'd like to know about your journey and the whole Scott FM thing and stuff, but I really appreciate it.
Well, we've only scratched the surface. It's lovely to talk to you.
Off a few times many years ago.
All right. Shall I do it again for old time's sake? Dinky-Doo. Frank's gone. We cut him off there for old time's sake. The Scottie podcast will launch you again without a doubt, says Dicky. The lady in the shop was the store detective. She'll be watching me. Your listenership would double. All the originals would come back. Plus the young team would love the chat. Steely boy. I bought my first DAB radio to listen to you, Scottie. The DAB stations aren't doing very well at the moment. I wouldn't mind a crack at that. Scottie, if you set up a pirate radio station, the numbers on the other stations would drop. Yes, but I'd also get charged with pirate radio. The Scottie, oh, we've done that one. Who else have we got? The company bosses these days are all about short-term profits. It's the ruin of many a thing. Too much greed, Johnny. Scottie, I remember you on Magic 9:99 AM in Preston with the late John Myers. What a great guy Big John was. I miss him. Guys, I need followers. Everybody follow, please. Your listenership. Oh, we've done that. What have we got here? Jim from Preston in Lancashire. Magic 9.99 gold under the late John Myers, mate. Yes, 9.99 AM gold. I've still got, look at this. Pre-bonnet. Can you see that, guys? How about that? Do you remember that? There we go. Now then, Scotty, you're a breath of fresh air. Bats in the Belfry, how lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO. Would you like to hear Scottie McClue back on the radio at nights? Harold Bishop. Hello, says Ethan. Robbie has sent me 5 beautiful things. Hello, says Ethan. Robbie has sent me these things. It's just wonderful. Missed your radio show? Well, maybe get it back. Guys, the lines are open if you want to call in. I need another 20 followers. The wooden toilet seats. Yeah, do you remember that? The taxi drivers and the wooden levee seats. Right. Who have we got here? Scotty, how are you doing? Says Homelander. So there we have it. I think Kate would make a great queen. Oh, without a shadow of doubt. Still crazy after all these years. H7O Polo has sent me hearts. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, can you share it? And can you also subscribe? We need to build that. What a handsome lad you were. Oh, yes. What's the calling number? The number, Robbie, is 0141 628 9795. Scotty, you're not on Nation Radio 2-3 years ago. I was, Marty. Yes, but I think the problem with that was I was on Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, and they didn't really have the backup for the weekends. I think that the staff needed the weekends. Don't give up on your goals. You're more than capable and worthy of achieving them. Daily, I thank you. You're very kind. I don't think we should ever give up. You know, I mean, all the idiots and the green-eyed monsters all go, for goodness sake, would you give it up, McClue? Why? Why do they say that? I ask you. How strange. The Borg has just joined us. Has everybody followed, guys? I need you all following. Share the live. Thank you to James Quick for sharing the live. Fantastic. Give us a ring, guys, as soon as you can, and we'll take your call. The lines are open. Claire has joined us. Hi, Claire. DINKY-DOO to you. Lovely to have you with us. And a very warm welcome. If you've just joined us and you're wondering what on earth's going on, you're watching Scottie McClue, #FloatEye, the first lord of the internet. We are live. Share as soon as you can, guys, and get following. I've had almost 50 million viewers to the TikTok videos, official figures. And I've only got 20,000 followers. What's going on? Get following. That's just heart laziness. If you follow, I will shout out your name. Scotty, how are we today, man? Nathan, lovely to have you with us. We need you back in the radio, says Ewan. You always cheered me up. We had a good laugh, Ewan. I've just put water all down my front. This is what happens when you get older. You miss your mouth, but your chest catches it. And that's quite good. I'll drown myself. I was hearing about a teacher. I think she taught at my father's school. And she expectorated through her teeth when she shouted. And she had a hold of a wee guy one day and she was shaking him. The teachers used to shake you. And she was shouting at him. And he said, "Miss, you're going to drown me." Can you imagine? What a great line. They should bring back real radio. Yourself and Robin Galloway. Here's another funny presenter as well. Martin. Robin is a huge talent. And Robin and I used to do a handover in the morning during the breakfast show. So you had Robin Galloway and Scottie McClue, and the audience shot up through the roof. One of the programmers said, "What's going on in the morning at 8:45?" He said, "Oh, that'll be Robin and Scottie mucking about." Huge spike. And then the spiked for the phone in as well, of course. So you had a massive spike with Robin for the breakfast show. Then you'd got the spike for the handover, as we called it. And we broke all the rules. I mean, the red light was on. Robin was talking. He was saying, "Right, be quiet. Feathers here." Dinky-Doo, that would be a hoot. Robin Galloway and Scottie McClue, absolute radio gold. Scottie McClue, the man, the myth, the legend, Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Hey, Nicola Sturgeon out. Jude, why? She's doing a very good job. There we are. Why do people hate me for being American, Zach? Nobody could ever hate you. And nobody in the right mind could ever hate an American. Because the Americans I know are an absolute scream. I always remember a gentleman turning up at the radio station one morning, and he had a beautiful, beautiful traveling rug with him. And he said, "Good morning, I want you to have this. There's only two, and the other one is in the gift of the president." Well, it's in the hands of the president. So he had two of these beautiful traveling rugs. I think they're probably cashmere. And one had been given to the President of the United States, and the other had been given to Scottie McClue. Isn't that beautiful? So nobody hates you. Hate's a strong word, Zach, and we should never, ever use it. Guys, I need followers. Get following. Stop the nonsense. And new beginnings, Scottie, bigger and better. YouTube, TikTok, John Myers watching over you. Pure gold. Well, Big John would send his blessing. You know? I remember he shook my hand and he went, "Love you, man." You know? In a very proper way, of course. "Love you, man." So that was it. And I could always trust John to deliver, you know. He was very good. I called you last week. My name was Connor. Do you remember Connor? Of course I do. Why don't you call me again? We'll have a chat. Yo, Jude. Yo, Jude. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Dinky-Doo. Thank you, Connor, for following. Excellent. That's a bit better. I nearly lost my job the day, Scottie. Stuarty, why? Don't tell us if it's embarrassing. Up the jocks, Scottie. Oh, up the jocks. Absolutely, Alan. Nikki's out for herself, Scottie boy. Yeah, but she's also doing very well for Scotland. I would like to see Alex Salmond back. He was excellent as well. Sunday with Superpower Gladys. Do you remember Jim Gladys? Very plain, yeah. That stuff. Gladys was John and Gladys. And then you had Scottie and Gladys. Amazing. Wonderful guy, Gladys. Do follow me as soon as you can. Lots of followers. I'd have to call on another live. I wouldn't want to wake my sister. No, Connor, don't wake your sister. She's sleeping. Right, what's the time anyway? Oh my goodness. It's 37 minutes past 9 or 23 minutes to 10. We love it. Gaz Gog has just joined us. Gaz Gog. Feel free to call, guys. Evening, Scottie, says the wonderful Colin Hogg, an absolute top man. A real topper. If you're watching on the YouTube, then get subscribing, guys. Now, it's quite difficult. Can you see? Please tell me, can you see the subscribe button? Because I know on a laptop, it's at the right of the banner photo at the top. So there we have it. Now, what have we got here? Can you sing a song for us, Scotty? A bit of Scottish music. Ah, yes. Robin and Scotty. What a lineup. Oh, Tommy. Yes, indeed. Good evening, Scotty McCLUE. Scottish TikTok famous good evening. Has everybody followed? Can we have some likes? Now, let me show you. I've got a phone here. Apparently what you have to do here is you tap like that. And we popped up this morning and we got 18,000 likes. What about that? So do tap, guys. Always lovely to hear from you, I say. Second today, yes, H70 Polo. We popped up this morning. Guys, can I tell you something wonderful? The YouTube channel is the world's best kept secret. And the numbers are going up. Can everybody check it out and share it? Be a good chap and tap techno. What a fabulous phrase. Could I pinch that? Be a good chap and tap. Get the phone ins on the go. Scottish TikTok, they're on the go now. Why don't you phone me? 0141 628 9795. As we speak, the phones are live. Do come and join us. Feel free to pinch. I thank you, Techno. There was a guy, he's not on at the moment anymore, on YouTube, and he was pinching Scotty McClue's scripts. Well, it's not a script, but my lines. He couldn't pinch DINKY-DOO because it's trademarked, but he was talking about argy bargy, nothing gets past me. Anything I said, this guy must have been watching me, and he would pinch it. I'm 46. I used to listen every night when I was at school. 10 p.m. Jim, amazing. So just open your box. Yes, I've got the box, but not with me. Magnus, yes. I think you're onto something, Magnus. Guys, what's happening? This is great. We're building the YouTube at last. Give me advice. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share the YouTube. There is only one Scotty McCLUE. Well, Techno, what was lovely? This guy could never, ever, ever be me because he never knew what was coming next. And the reason he could never know what was coming next is because when I'm broadcasting, I don't know what's coming next. You see? And that's what's of interest to the people. What comes next? Isn't that beautiful? I'm sharing this live now on YouTube. Join me. And TikTok. That lovely. I'll just do that. There we are. YouTube and TikTok. Right. There we are. I don't think I'll get a job as a typist, if I'm honest about it. Your TikTok live box for guests. Thank you. On the other bus. I remember that saying, oh, yes. I think that one's on the other bus. Fantastic. We used to have all that stuff, didn't we? The Man from Uncle Badge, the Backy Pouch and Briar, the Top Story, Yes, yes. Spanner short of a toolbox. Sandwich short of a picnic. Who have we got here? Thank you, H7 Opolo. I remember all these things, the Scottie McCLUEisms, and of course Dinky-Doo. There's a moose loose about the hoose. Fantastic. We love that. Guys, can you get following, please? If you're watching and you haven't followed, it's just a matter of popping up to the top left and clicking the plus sign. Am I right? Loved Robin Galloway's prank calls, especially Hector Brocklebank in his lorry. Aye, we fash. Egypt. First going on. Beep. Egypt. Robin's a hoot. Lovely guy as well. Very nice man. The old Chucky bag. Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, you see, they couldn't get you for that. And I remember somebody complained because they'd called this lady a midden. And they said, we don't know what it means. We think it's a dustbin in Scotland. I remember you danced on the stage at the cinema before the movie started. We did just hoops. Do you remember the Scottie McCLUE talking bus stops in the northwest of England? And they were triggered by people walking past. And I remember hiding and watching the reaction. It was so funny. Nobody had a phone in these days. You couldn't record anything or film anything. They were rather good days, actually. But obviously, it would have been nice to get a wee video. Free England, yes. Oi, oi, Scotty boy. OJ, Dinky-Doo. Robin's on Pure Radio now. It'd be good if you were on there as well. Geordie, it would be brilliant. Yes, Pure Radio. I'll tune into that and hear him. Hi, Scotty. I love listening to yourself. Mercy, boy. It's lovely to have you with us, I say to you. Now, oh my goodness, look at the time. How can this be? Has everybody watching the YouTube subscribed? And what I've learned about social media, people don't really go much for jumping between platforms. There you are. Independent sells, but who's buying? Everybody look. You know? Independence, I think it's sitting at 55% for independence. I heard this woman commentator. She was great fun, but she was talking complete and utter nonsense. She must have been put out there by the unions. And she was saying that nobody wants independence. All these things make me laugh. So what have you got? Stuart, Dinky-Doo. What's your views in gaming, Scotty? Is it affecting our youth? Internet gaming. It will be changing the way they play. You know? You're not on the radio because you said perfectly fine things. Cameroon, no, that's nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do. I'm not on the radio, double negative, for any reason at all other than somebody made a mistake. So it was nothing I said or did, never has been. Scotty for PM or Health Secretary to help the people who are challenged by weight. Gareth, quite right. Lennon or McCartney? Love them both. Love the Lennon-McCartney songs. There we are. Do you remember the ballad of John and Yoko? The man in the back said, you've got to go back. I know people that worked at Apple with them. In those days, the studios. Fantastic. Now, I'm just seeing what time we're at. Sorry, Scotty, love your stuff. Always did. But you're a unionist to the core. Oh, you're a unionist. Telephone. You're live with Scottish Fun In. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty.
Hello.
Sorry, my voice was you.
Who's that?
It's me, Henry.
Henry. How lovely to hear you.
Suck your mum, mate, you boring old cunt.
There we are. Poor Henry. He's bored himself. There you are. Scotty, you're better on this platform, mate. Do you know, I think so, Jim. I mean, I did a show this morning and the audience was over 6,000. 6,000. Now, I know it's not 250,000 like I used to have, but it's growing. You know, fantastic. I see. You're live with Scottish Fun In. Who's that?
Hello.
Hello.
Is this James?
James, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Better for hearing you.
Do you want to play FIFA?
Do I know FIFA?
FIFA?
FIFA, yes.
Yeah, I love FIFA.
Yes, FIFA. We love them. Fantastic, James. Thank you. There we are. Do you support the train strike? Yes, I do. Willie Brown, I think it's vital that the public never, ever, ever tire of the GMB because they're standing up for all of us, you know, and the government blew 250 billion on Brexit, and they're telling the train drivers they haven't any money. Follow us as soon as you can. There you are. Now then, who have we got here? You love TikTok. I do, Alex. I love the TikTokers because virtually every single one of them has got manners. Maybe you're too left-wing for the radio. No, Kim Roo, I don't think I'm anything. I'm not left or right. I'm apolitical. So I don't think so. What do you got? Hang on. You're live with Scottish Fun In. Who's that?
Hello from Ohio.
Hello from Ohio. There we are. Evening, Scotty, on this cold night. Good evening, everybody, on this cold night. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scotty McClue. Who's this? Oh, they've given up. Good. They're overpaid. Unions are for the middle class. Nurses, teachers, train drivers, all well paid. Do you think so? Hello? Hello?
It's Excalibur.
Excalibur. How lovely to hear you.
I'm good, mate. How are you? How are you?
Dinky-Doo.
What? What did you say?
I'm Dinky-Doo. That's my catchphrase.
Oh, nice, mate. Just came to say, I hope you have a great day, mate.
Oh, you too, Excalibur. You're a lovely guy. Dinky-Doo la. What a fine fellow. Scotty, can you check? Rehan, hang on. Hello, you're live with Scottish Fun In.
Hello, Scotty. How are you doing today, mate?
How you doing? Who's that?
This is Max speaking from Glasgow.
Max from Glasgow. We love hearing you.
Thank you, mate. Nigger.
Are you fine? Dinky-Doo. Negative, he says. Scotty, did you eat scones for breakfast? No. I'll tell you what I did have. I had 2 pancakes. And we enjoyed that. So there you go. Fantastic. A couple of these half-wits there trying to ruin it for everyone. Fat chance. You see, Dinky-Doo from my mate who used to listen on Hallam FM. Yes, indeed. I had a full Scottish breakfast from the butchers. Yes, David. Beef sausage, link, 4. 2 rounds of black pudding, 2 square slice, 2 eggs, 6 rashers of bacon, mushrooms, tomatoes, pancakes, Stornoway black pudding. Oh, David, stop. I could just go a wee piece now at 7 minutes to 10 at night and put on the weight. I see Rishi Sunak is working on anti-strike laws. Tories have got to go. You definitely like a lot of meat. Oh, yes. Nice breakfast, Ewan. Absolutely. That's a nice hat. You sell me it? No, it's not for sale. What time do we have, guys? Oh, my goodness. I've been up for 55 minutes. Is that not amazing? We need a lot more followers. Could 15 of you follow me, please? Right now. White pudding. Yes, meal pudding. What's the white pudding? I had a friend who used to live in Pitlochry, and he had white puddings in the morning, and I think he got them from you. Lawn sausages. Yes, lovely. Do you make up your own, Davy? So there you are. When are you hitting a mill? We need to hit 1 million followers. So you might as well get following. Then merchandise. Merchandise time. Rehan says, can you sell me your Range Rover? It's too old. How are you doing, Scotty? You're a legend. You're on, McCLUE. We are, Rita. Scotty, any good seaside suggestions? Dunoon. Is white pudding not fruit pudding? No, 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 no. Fruit pudding's a different thing. Hope you're well, Scotty. Do you mind Big Hamish for the drum? My fellow orange man. I loved Hamish's mouth organ playing. Outstanding. Who else have we got here? Guys, have we all subscribed on the YouTube? Scotty, what medicine should I take? I have a loss of hair. I don't think there's any medicine that will sort that. Scotty, I'm getting on it with the bucket. Well, not too much. You'll make yourself sick. There we have it with a bucket. So I don't think there's anything. Where's the Queen's portrait? Well, out of respect, we put it down and replaced it with Scotty McClue until we get one of King Charles. There we are. So that's that. But we've still got it. Nicky McHugh has joined. How lucky to have you with us. How lucky we are to have you with us, Nicky. Fantastic. We love that. Thank you for all the gifts, guys. Scotty, I'm heading to sleep, fella. Hope you have a good one, Pink Man. Evening, Scotty. Evening, Nicky. There we are. Fergal, don't be offensive. Respect for the king. God save the king, Fergal. You were brought up to sing it. So join us. Fergal will now sing God Save the King. What was the first record you bought, Scotty? I think it was the theme from Z Cars. I think I've still got it. With a name like Fergal, I'm not surprised. Great royalists, the Fergals. I remember my mum was on your show. Yes, Tracy. You thought me, oh yes, I'm playing the Mithy. He was a top man. Get me on to sing God Save the King. Scotty, can I sell you my head? There you are. Hello from the Isle of Man. I bet you've never been to the Isle of Man. Dave, I haven't been to the Isle of Man. I would have loved to have gone on the Isle of Man Steam Packet Company, the Lady of Man, the Mona's Isle, the Manx Man, all these beautiful old turbine steamers in Douglas on a hot day. But I'm very, very well known in the Isle of Man because Border Television covered the Isle of Man. People used to come up to me in the street and say, we're from the Isle of Man, we love you. And they also listen to Red Rose Radio and Century Radio. And I remember running a friend to Whitehaven. And round the road, I suddenly saw the sea and a piece of land. And I said, "What's that?" And she said to me, "That's the Isle of Man." Amazing. Now, what do we got here? Scotty, I'm selling my bath water. I remember somebody gave me some toilet water. What do the corgis do? Oh my goodness. Follow us, guys. Scotty saves the story and sing God Save the King. I'm going to have to go, guys. Love you lots. If you had to annex a part of Scotland to prevent a Russian invasion, where would it be? Why would the Russians invade Scotland? Scotty, do you think it's acceptable? What, Rehan? I find your respect for the good crown inspiring. To eat 5 eggs, probably a wee bit too much of anything's not the best thing for you. Night, says Magnus. Night, night, Magnus. Night, night, beautiful people. 3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hooray. Please, baby, don't go. Now, what do we got here? You know, Section B, Scotty. What in the big house? Aidan says no. We will have to go, guys, I'm afraid, at some point. Been lovely being with you all, though. Fantastic. Scotty, don't leave. There, we must. Fantastic. There's Bill joining us. DINKY-DOO. Aidan's just joined us. Fantastic every day. What a great night this has been. And we've had a big improvement on the YouTube audience. Thousands watch these shows, guys. Look at every single TikTok video and follow me. You shouldn't really be on TikTok and not follow Scotty McClue. Now, so what do we got here? God Save the King. Safi, you stick your head up your backside and blow your nose till the pressure equalizes. Don't try that at home, folks. That's for entertainment purposes only. Just get rid of that wee troll, Safi. He's a wee doom the swanny. The Bible and the Crown, Scotty. Yes, Graham, you're quite right. There we have it. Now, time to say good night to you beautiful people. Slange, old fella. Ah, kamraha, kamru. There we are. Hakama, maha. You ain't lost your humor. I love it. You take great care of yourself. Good night and God bless you, my dear, dear, beautiful TikTokers. I've got 4,700 likes. Do you want to make it 5,000? Ryan says he's drunk. Are you drunk, Ryan? What a shame. Never mind. You should do what Scotty does and give up the booze. 7 years. Night, Scotty. Night, Ali. No, I'll make it 69K. Rehan, make it 70K. Right, I've got 5,000. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Join in. Are we ready? Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Bye, Jolly Chappie. Bye, Liam. DINKY-DOO every day. Good night. God bless. And ta-ra-las. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Are you ready? All together. Ba-ba. Doesn't want that, does it? Bye-bye, beautiful YouTubers. See you all tomorrow, God willing, weather permitting. Ta-da, lads. Bye-bye. Night, everybody. Night, Apollo.